start to hold. You have a girlfriend, Rich? Sing along if you know the words. Do you know what an MRI scan is? That's the French elections. That's the revolution beginning right there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ballad of Rich, the MRI guy. This is the new part of my show. A lot of people think, oh, this is all tried and true. Nope, I've never done this before. This is new. If there was a rope here, I'd be not touching it right now. Through the town of Harrow rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have that much to say. No one dared to ask a question, no one dared to let it slip, but they knew that he meant business with a big scan on his hip. Big scan on his hip. Far and wide had spread his legend, far and wide had spread his fame. He was quick with the MRI scan, Big Rich was his name. If you had a spot on your lungs or a fracture on your hip, he was quick to diagnose it with the big scan on his hip. The big scan on his hip. A lot of people are afraid of x-rays and scans. They don't want to be intruded of their organs or their glands. But Big Rich, he was quick with the scans and the x-rays, and he could tell you that you would be dead in less than 18 days. Less than 18 days. Oh yeah, this is rocking now. In that town of Harrow lived an outlaw called Harrow Red. And he monopolized all the scans, or so the townsfolk said. But he never sent them to the clinic, he would just throw them in a skip. If you complained, then he would shoot you through the lip. He'd shoot you through the lip. It's inevitable in songs like this that those two should meet. 20 past 11 when they walked out on the street. Big Red had a 6-gun at his fingertips. But I fucked that up. Harrow Red was, I think you see the cast of characters, you know where I'm going with this. And Big Rich was undermanned with his big scan on his hip. The big scan on his hip. Sing along! From the windows and the curtains, the townsfolk held their breath. For it was certain that Big Rich was about to meet his death. They tried to complain, but they'd all been shot through the lip. So the most that they could say was, it's over in a second. When the dust had blown away, the swiftness of Harrow Red is still talked about today. For Big Rich had been shot through the heart and he lay there in a coma. But what Harrow Red didn't know was that he was suffering from melanoma. He was suffering from a melanoma. Some of you were looking at me like, does this song have a point or a reason? It's this, you should get checked out if you suspect a lesion. Get it done swiftly, and get it done and come to grips. Because you don't have long to live, and he'll tell you with a big scan on his hip, the big scan on his hip, the big sing, big scan on his